跟那个一战不一样。一战的话，基本上你绕不到的。哦，杰基地醒来了。哇，这 BB 还有血。啊！哦，好恐怖。哦，原来是梦啊。哎呦，刚刚突然恐怖片的。
Lou? Lou?
How's little Lou doing?
No response.
Well, look at that. The child's taking a shine to me.
爱心气泡。
You two were out cold, so I had you brought here. You were right. Whatever you did back there returned us to our own world. I put your cargo and gear in your private box. You slept for a whole day, you know. Slept like the dead. I'm already back in Capital Knot. Fragile's beach has been coming in handy. Sam, I owe you an apology. Lou was the name you were going to give your own baby if he'd have made it. I should have pieced it together sooner.
Don't know.
哦，这他孩子死啊。
I found some records from 10 years ago. A death, sudden, in the middle of a town. Young woman in the prime of her life. Nobody knew until it was too late. A void out. Her husband, who was a member of Bridges, had dooms. He tried, but he couldn't get to her in time.
哦，原来努哥有老婆
The
的。
whole town was wiped off the map,
谢谢三位素，谢
leaving
谢。
nothing but a big crater and him. Because he was a repatriate. People wanted answers. Did the man hide his wife's body on purpose? The only survivor was the only suspect. He was easy to blame.
怎么好可乐还有两呀？
And pretty soon, they were blaming Bridges too.
哦，那个就拔叔了。
The man felt responsible, so he left. And his wife, who died, her name was Lucy. She'd been pregnant, poor woman. They were going to name their son Lou.
Didn't happen.
But it did. President Strand told me. She talked about you
难
all
道
the
拔
time.
叔就是洛？
He didn't have to cut all ties and walk away, she said.
You wanna shut the fuck up?
哦，他不能接受那个现
Calm
实啊
down,。Sam. Take a seat. I told you before about my body. 70% harvested from cadavers. Do you want to know the
70%来
real
自于
reason
尸
why?
体遗弃。
Because the story
Oh.
you've heard is one I made up. The truth is, I'm Frankenstein's monster. Artificial. Grown from
造人
pluripotent
吧。
stem cells. And when that vital spark didn't manifest in all my organs, they replaced the defective ones with those of the dead. I never had a birthday. I'm a soulless meat puppet.
哦，那这个王人就是像那个魔兽世界屠夫一样，缝合怪，
People born the traditional way have
这个形态
beaches.
也挺像的啊。
You have one. BB too. But I have no such connections. No mother. No afterlife. No beach.
他是没有灵魂的啊。
You see now why I'm so obsessed with it all? Why I joined Bridges? The
屠夫你
battlefield.
的钩子
Now
呢？
that was an awful beach. But strangely, I didn't hate it. Because I knew you were coming for me. I've never felt that before. Connected to someone, anyone. You didn't have to cut all ties and walk away. The president was right about that much.
Wasn't anything to walk away from. It's not like I was ever welcome there.
Come on, even I was welcome. Oh, that. You were holding it.
这狗牌居然能摘回来的啊
Wasn't easy prying it out of your hand. Clifford Unger, as you can see. I looked him up in our database. Found a match. He was U.S. Army Special Forces. Fought in Kosovo, Iraq, Afghanistan.
That's him.
Well, that's all I've managed to dig up so far. You must be caked in chiral matter from the battlefield. Time for a shower, I'd say.
好，洗个澡了。
Oh, I won't be joining you this
又
time.
要逼动聊
The
天
Die
啦
Hardman issue is no longer a concern. I've seen to it that our conversations won't be recorded.
对啊。好，先洗澡。这个洗澡应该是有剧情的啊。
Sam, do you copy? As you might have suspected, time here stopped while you two were on that battlefield. If my thinking is correct, the dimension to which you traveled is a kind of beach. To explain a little, our bodies, our ha, all occupy the same world, but our souls, our ka, have beaches all their own.
哦，这肉体是一致
These
的，然后
beaches are given
灵
form
魂是不
inside
一
our
样的
brains
了。
by our beliefs, religion, philosophy, and so forth.
福利
As a
时
result,
间，
a beach can be anything, and those anythings form a multiverse. However, if many people die at once, their beaches can become entangled, creating a strand field. This phenomenon is exacerbated in wartime by omnipresent feelings of resentment and despair. Beaches are more easily and frequently entangled. On such a beach, exits vanish and experiences cycle endlessly. Picture it like a record
哦，
player.
原来搁浅它是这样子的，是这个
Playing
意
the
思
same
呀。
phrase again and again. They're fighting a battle that has no beginning or end. Round and round it goes. Now, the battlefield you visited was in Eastern Europe in World War II. Which is strange, given that the man you encountered, Clifford Unger, played no part in that conflict. I can't explain it, but if you can connect me to the chiral network, who knows what we might discover.
好，
Still there, Sam? If so, I have a request. When you're ready, head upstairs to the delivery terminal.
任务啦。这 boss 还算是比较简单的。哦，又来了。
Can I help you? Holy shit. John. Is that you? What are you doing here? My wife's checked in. They don't want a repeat of last year. I'm so sorry.
哦，我才不要。
I didn't know you were gonna be.
对啊，大表哥完结啦。 然后我现在东西全没了，在我那私人储物柜里面是吧？
Sam, the west side of that region is covered by a massive tar belt.
哦，这最后角落了
Beyond
啊
that city, the last bastion of civilization you'll find that far out. It's your final destination.
好，最后目的地呀，那是快完结了。
The chiral network will span the entire continent. The rebirth of America is so close. And remember, that's where Amelie is being held captive. We need you to bring her home.
但是那里不是有很多恐怖分子吗
But before you cross the tar belt, there's one more knot we need you to tie. Hartman will help you get it done.
新人的实验室。
Sam, I'd like for you to bring me a few things.
哦，一共15张，那就没那么快了。明天可以打完呐。
So you don't misplace them. Second, Mama's corpse. Her body shows no signs of necrosis, and I for one would like.
哦哟，还要带尸体走。
Closer study may yield information that could prove instrumental in helping us to overcome the death stranding. Suffice it to say,
1 minute remaining.
I don't have much time. See to your preparations. I'll be waiting. You'll find an official order on the terminal.
行吧，走啦。我看一下，运送尸体。哇，就这个就55斤的，55公斤的。寻回防寒服。走吧，我们只做主线。走吧。 哎呦，办事人好辛苦啊！
All right, Sam. Take care of her. And don't worry, she won't go necro. Milligan special.
可是那个，就背的东西我就不能骑车了。
Ours ended up being the key to saving us all. 那个带那个悬浮机嘛。我那个悬浮机怎么又不见呢？ 哇，78公斤也不好走啊！你看，而且不好运的，它很重的。我看最多我们可以勾到这个位置。好重，走吧。 然后车应该可以开吧？到这个位置，估计车也开不了多少远呢。我们先去这个目标，先去这个，或者我看能不能这边锁降飞过去啊？不行，没有开罗网络。 我想多了。走吧，下去吧，到时候回去可能还要用到这个东西呀。 好，可以了。哎，等等，这还要再下去吗？等等，好像还要再来一根呢，刚好最后一根了，走吧。 都没有联网，怎么哪有建筑啊？我还要走过去啊！你走吧，能不能翻进去啊？好像不行，我没梯子。哎呦，有个梯子好了。哦，也不用了啊。
Oh no, no. So sorry.
好嘛，这摔跤还安抚他一下。走吧。哎呦，最讨厌背人了，背人很麻烦，他老是左右倾倒。你怎么不管呢？他那个小孩子老是在闹。这个是火化场吧？好，交货。
Delivery complete. Display. Request to join UCA.
哦，先住的，因为我看这个地方以为是火化场。保温垫，这什么东西啊？不是保温瓶吗？
Please proceed into the facility with the cadaver.
请带尸体进入研究室。
Good work.
这是要把这个妈妈解剖吗？对啊，妈妈已经死了。哇，吓一跳！哦，距离复活还有50多秒，这什么情况啊？就这个新人现在是死尸的状态啦。哎呦，哼！对啊，他死了呀。
Hardman.
Administering shock. Stand clear.
他什么情况？死了又活，死了又活啊！
Well, you certainly caught me with my pants down.
哦，距离死亡21分钟。
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to alarm you,
But I am what I am. Ah, please lay her down there. Still no sign of them.
那他活着不是很辛苦吗？
It stops every 21 minutes. I spend 3 minutes on the beach, and then return. 60 deaths and 60 resurrections per day. 60 opportunities to search the beach for my departed family. This is how I live. This is my life. So, while you've traveled to and from the sea an impressive number of times, my beach count is a little higher. 218,500
啊，都假说再见。忙起来是吗？年底啦。
I see myself in that crater. My wife and my child. It's like looking at the shape of my heart. The doctors called it myocardial
新
cortisol.
型心肌症。
Mine is an especially unusual
谢军
case.
师，
I have pictures. Care to see Hartmann's heart-shaped heart? No, you really should. It doesn't run in the family. You know, I never came to terms with their loss. In the days that followed, I became obsessed with an idea that the
还
beat
真的有这种
is
心
real
脏吗
and？ they
就是这种
are
爱
one.
心型的心
I
脏，
would
那个
induce
心
cardiac
脏。
arrest. 3 minutes at a time. And search for them. Day after day after day.
All so you could say goodbye.
Quite the opposite. It is said that everyone's beach is different. So what if everyone's afterlife is different too? I find the thought terrifying. Spending eternity alone. Which is why I decided to find
哦，
my
他胡
family
扯的啊。
and make sure to move on with them.
You mean die with them?
If
好，
death
点点20
would
个
see
赞。
us reunited, then yes. But the repeated cardiac arrests took their toll on my heart. The muscle gradually deformed. And after a while, they started calling me the beach scientist. Hartmann. I'm glad we could have this conversation.
不能握手。
A body that doesn't necrotize. No sign of decomposition. It's as if she were still alive. The perfect mummy. An impeccable corpse.
What's wrong?
Where's the other thing you were supposed to bring? Ah, found it. Behold.
Wait, dead man.
It appears to be an umbilical cord. Human by the looks of it, I think. But this was no ordinary conduit between fetus and placenta. It looks more like a BT's tether. And this was Mama's? Yes. A body that doesn't necrotize, and an umbilical cord connected to the beach. These are remarkable discoveries, Sam. Enough to set my sore heart racing.
又点赞。
Cardiac arrest.
I apologize if our conversation gets cut short. I must go back to the beach and look for my wife and child. One person, one beach. That's the rule. But I'm the exception. My beach is connected to others, as if it were the beneficiary of a coronary bypass. Maybe this twisted heart of mine made it possible. All I know is that I will find them. Even if my every visit raises new questions, I'll have my answers one day. One day.
3 minutes. minutes to cardiac arrest.
The battlefields.
好，他要死一
The
次
endless
啊！
wars you found yourself trapped in. Why do World War era soldiers wander the beach a century after they fell? Normally, the souls of the dead move on. The beach is just a corridor, a place through which they pass on the way to the other side. But if regret, resentment, a fervent desire to remain, if these feelings are powerful enough, they may give rise to an altogether different beach, a collective purgatory for an army of the damned. Clifford Unger. His misery and hatred, combined with your BB acting as some sort of catalyst, have brought these battlefields to our world.
2 minutes to cardiac arrest.
哦，还有2分钟啦，赶紧说完啦！
It's just a theory.
You think Higgs is pulling the strings? Pulling all their strings?
Ensure you are in a stable position.
I don't know. But evidence does suggest that Higgs brought them here.
Please hold on to something secure.
Oh, before I forget, I have a favor to ask.
Activating lab security measures.
Could you just relax until I come back? Time stops on the beach, but not in the scene. Rest assured, it'll only feel like 3 minutes to you.
好，先等他死一次。5,
4, 3, 2, 1.
只能那么等吗？
Administering shock. Stand clear.
No luck.
又没找到。
218,550. Oh, sorry. Where were we? I may be used to the 21-minute cycle, but for a first-time face-to-face meeting, there's just too much to cover in one go-around.
Can't be easy living like this.
Yes.
不会又要来一次吧？
Now that I'm acclimated to it, it isn't especially onerous. Defecation, pollution, nutrition. Most of life's basic functions fit rather easily into a 21-minute time slot. Sleep is the tricky one, and intercourse, I suppose, verbal or physical. Not that someone in my position has to worry much about either. Do you read, Sam? Listen to music. Watch films? You know, I keep busy. I have a collection of music, television shows,
非常有趣的小电影。
short films,
什么小
and
电影
stories.
啊？
Everything consumable within a 21-minute window.
哦，都是10分钟可以看
From
完
before
的
the Death Stranding, of course. But honestly, the 21
哎呦，
minutes
他
I
睡
spent
觉
here,
呀。
all downtime, nothing more. Time spent waiting to go back to the search. My body may be present, but my soul is on the beach. I'm already dead.
I know that feeling. Lost my family in an accident.
Well, I never expected you to open up to me. As it happens, I've read about your circumstances. I lost my family in an accident too. I was in the ICU having heart surgery, out of town, in the
这个对话
city.
不会要再停一段时间吧？再让他死一
When it was
次啊？
clear that I was going to pull through, my wife took my daughter back to the house to collect some things for me. And then they were caught in the void outs. The city and the hospital were spared the worst.
我一直就是这样子啊，没有换。
And my life support. I woke up on the beach. The people who died in the 2 void outs were there.
那这个冥滩算不算是奈何桥呢？就以我们的概念来说的话，他说死人穿过冥滩嘛，就可以到另一个世界。
What's going on?
哦，差不多啊。啊，怎么回事啊？就点一下他就醒来啊。
I saw my wife and my daughter in the procession. Hey, it's me! Where are you going?
哦，他心流血。什么情况
Don't leave without me. No. Go, go.
好，再把他拖回胜者的世界。
The ICU's backup generator kicked in, and I was brought back to life by the defibrillator. Exactly 21 minutes after my heart had stopped. And that was the last time I saw my family. It's my damned heart's fault that we were torn apart. But it's also the reason I'll see them again someday. It defines me. I am Hartman. Ever since, I've walked the beaches of others. I follow my family's footsteps for a while, and when I get tired, I return here to continue my research. It's funny though, even when my heart stops, the pain lingers. You have any family photographs, Sam?
哇，这播片好久。
Pity.
5 minutes to cardiac arrest.
You mind telling me what I'm doing here before you go back to the beach?
Oh, of course. There's a Prepperone station in this area. Our scientists stationed there are researching material from before the Death Stranding.
What kind of material?
The Earth has a long memory. It's trying to tell a story, one that goes back to the very beginning, one that not even the Death Stranding could erase. The scientists are all colleagues of mine from the earlier expedition. I'd like you to bring them onto the chiral network. Amelie proposed we establish our research posts along this belt. Despite a worldwide search, this is the only area known to contain fossils from the late Cretaceous period, when the dinosaurs died out. The assumption being that the last ones lived here, and here alone. You see, hiding in the Earth then are memories of a major mass extinction. Clues that could tell us how to survive our predicament. Certainly, that was Amelie's hope as part of the advanced team when she assigned our backup team here. The past informs the present and aids us in building the future. She was careful to impress that upon us before she went west.
3 minutes to cardiac arrest.
好，他又要死了。
Putting you on mute. Sometime later, we began to observe unusual activity in the tar belts outside Edgenot City. Vast quantities of tar began surfacing, spreading, consuming many of my colleagues, as well as a chiral way station. The whole incident defied explanation.
You think Higgs is to blame?
I don't know, but we needed that way station. It was essential to expanding the chiral network westward. That's why I'm asking you for your help in building a new one. It won't be much given the handful of equipment we've managed to scrape together. Nothing like the knot cities, that's for sure. But a knot is still a knot. Sam, I want you to use the Cupid to put the scientists on the network, then go to Amelie. Afterwards, we can get back to the important job of researching the deaths.
哦，又死了。好吧，我们走吧，不听你复活啦。
Don't worry about him, Sam. The air mat floor absorbs the impact. I'll unlock the door for you.
哎，恐怖游戏最近没想要播了，我们先走了。哦，心都碎了。你被新人扣除了20个赞。好嘛。
Sam, you heard him. You can grab the order at a delivery terminal.
那就让我们去建东西啦。